I enter the Amazon, a boundless emerald labyrinth, where the horizon is swallowed by a living sea of green. Here the rainforest stretches as far as the eye can see, its canopy a tangled mosaic of leaves, vines, and ancient branches interlaced in a silent, eternal embrace. This is the largest rainforest on Earth, spanning over 5.5 million square kilometers, and home to one in every 10 known species on the planet. The Amazon River, a winding artery of life, snakes through this vast wilderness, nourishing an ecosystem so complex that much of it remains a mystery to science. Life flourishes in every crevice and corner, from the sun-drenched heights of the canopy, where bromeliads cradle pools of rainwater, to the shadowy undergrowth, thick with ferns and mosses. The treetops are alive with the chatter of monkeys and the vibrant calls of birds, while the forest floor teems with insects, amphibians, and reptiles, each adapted to their own unique niche. The air is heavy, rich with the scent of damp earth, decaying leaves, and the sweet perfume of unseen blossoms. Sunbeams pierce the mist, illuminating swirling motes and the delicate wings of insects that dance in the golden haze. Fungi and bacteria break down fallen wood, recycling nutrients back into the soil, fueling the relentless cycle of growth and decay. Every leaf, every shadow is alive with mystery. The dense foliage forms a living tapestry, where secrets are hidden in the interplay of light and darkness. Camouflage is a way of life here. Predators and prey alike vanish into the green, relying on stealth and patience to survive. Beneath this emerald ceiling, a relentless drama unfolds. Roots twist and tangle, vines dangle like serpents, and every inch of space is claimed by life in a constant struggle for sunlight and survival. Jaguars stalk silently through the shadows, while caimans and anacondas lie in wait near the water's edge, each playing their part in the intricate web of life. From the tiniest insect to the slow-moving sloth, each creature and plant has evolved ingenious strategies to thrive in this world of abundance and competition. Some, like the electric eel, wield shocking defenses, while others, like the harpy eagle, rule the skies with unmatched power. Even the plants compete fiercely, sending roots deep and leaves high to capture precious sunlight. The Amazon is a realm of secrets, its dense foliage concealing a universe of activity. Every rustle, every flicker of movement hints at unseen dramas playing out beneath the leaves. As night falls, new actors emerge, nocturnal hunters and pollinators, each with their own role in the endless cycle of life. To truly understand this place, one must look closer, see the minute details, hear the subtle symphony of life that fills the air. The Amazon is a world of microcosms, where every drop of water, every patch of moss, is home to countless organisms, each playing a vital part in the ecosystem. As dawn breaks, the jungle stirs. A symphony of calls and songs erupts, birds, frogs, and distant howler monkeys weaving a chorus that has echoed for millennia. Parrots and macaws gather at clay licks while river dolphins glide through the misty waters, all part of the daily awakening of this ancient forest. This is not merely a collection of trees and creatures, but a single, breathing organism, an intricate web where every root, leaf, and wingbeat is connected. The forest breathes with the rhythm of the rains, its rivers rising and falling, shaping the lives of all who dwell within. Our journey begins here, as a new day unfolds in the heart of the Amazon, an ancient world, alive with wonder, waiting to be discovered. In this living cathedral of green, every moment is a testament to the power and beauty of nature, untouched and untamed. Deep in a shadowed tributary, the Anaconda waits, one of the world's largest snakes. But it is not alone in this realm of silent hunters. The Amazon jungle, a living labyrinth of tangled roots and endless waterways, is a world where every shadow conceals a story and every ripple hints at unseen movement. Here, the air is thick with humidity, carrying the scent of wet earth and decaying leaves, while the dense canopy above filters sunlight into shifting patterns on the forest floor. Its olive-green skin blends perfectly with the murky water, making it nearly invisible. The jaguar, too, is a master of disguise, its rosettes breaking up its outline in the shifting light. Camouflage is the first line of survival in this ecosystem, where predators and prey alike have evolved to vanish into their surroundings. The anaconda's scales shimmer with the subtle hues of algae and mud, while the jaguar's fur mimics the interplay of sun and shadow. The anaconda is a master of patience, lying motionless for hours, conserving energy. Nearby, the caiman floats, barely a ripple betraying its presence, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. In these waters, stillness is a weapon. The caiman's armored body is perfectly adapted for ambush, its nostrils and eyes positioned high on its head, to remain hidden while it surveys the world above the surface. Each predator moves with slow, deliberate grace, senses tuned to every ripple, every scent, every vibration in the air or water. The Amazon is a symphony of subtle signals, tiny waves, faint scents, and the softest rustle of leaves. The jaguar's padded paws allow it to move in near silence, while the anaconda's muscular body glides through water with barely a disturbance. The snake relies on ambush, not speed, a sudden, decisive strike. The caiman, too, is a master of explosive power, launching from stillness to violence in a heartbeat. In the blink of an eye, the calm surface erupts into chaos as jaws snap shut and coils tighten. These moments are rare, but when they come, they are swift and final. Prey animals like the capybara and tapir move with caution, every step a gamble in a world where danger is silent and ever-present. The capybara, the world's largest rodent, relies on its keen senses and social bonds, while the tapir's sensitive ears catch the faintest hint of movement. Both are vital to the jungle's web of life, shaping the landscape as they graze and browse. The anaconda remains still, eyes fixed, blending with the shadows. The jaguar's gaze is unyielding, calculating every movement in the undergrowth. In the Amazon, vision is only part of the hunt. Both predators rely on a tapestry of senses, smell, vibration, and even heat, to track their quarry through the dense, tangled world. A sudden noise startles the capybara, sending it fleeing. The jungle erupts in brief chaos, tension rippling through every creature. Alarm calls echo through the trees, and a flock of birds bursts skyward, their wings flashing in the filtered light. For a moment the balance is broken, but soon the forest returns to its watchful silence. The anaconda does not pursue, it simply resumes its vigil. The caiman, too, disappears, patience its greatest weapon. In the Amazon, energy is precious, every movement is calculated, every hunt a test of endurance and restraint. For these ancient predators, time is measured in patience. The jungle's rhythm is slow, its tension constant. The sun arcs overhead, casting shifting shadows, while the river's flow carves new paths through the undergrowth. Life here is a waiting game, where the patient are rewarded and the reckless rarely survive. The hunt is a slow, methodical game, one the anaconda, the jaguar, and the caiman have mastered over millions of years. Evolution has honed their instincts, granting them the tools to survive in a world where only the most adaptable endure. Each hunt is a lesson in the delicate balance between predator and prey. Their survival depends on unwavering patience, on the art of waiting, watching, and striking only when the odds are perfect. Night falls, and the jungle transforms. Moonlight glimmers on the water, and the calls of nocturnal creatures echo through the trees. But the silent hunters remain, ever watchful. In the Amazon's waterways and forests, these predators are silent, powerful guardians, shaping the balance of life with every calculated move. Their presence keeps populations in check, ensuring the health of the ecosystem. The river and the forest are their domain, and every creature here is shaped by their silent influence. Here, every hunt is a lesson in restraint. The tension is unbroken, the silence profound. The Amazon rewards those who wait, who listen, who blend into the endless green. In this world, patience is not just a virtue, it is the key to survival. The river's secrets belong to those who wait. In this world of shadows and silence, patience is the ultimate weapon. The Amazon jungle, ancient and untamed, is a place where every creature is both hunter and hunted, and where the silent glide of its predators shapes the destiny of all who dwell within. Deep beneath the emerald canopy of the Amazon, where sunlight filters through layers of leaves and the air is thick with the scent of earth and growing things, the forest floor is alive with movement. Here, the monitor lizard prowls, a swift, intelligent hunter, its tongue flicking to taste the humid air. But it is not alone in its armored existence. The Amazon, a realm of endless green and shadow, is home to a remarkable array of creatures clad in natural armor, each uniquely adapted to survive in this perilous, ever-changing world. The monitor lizard's tough, beaded scales shimmer in the dappled light, each scale a shield against the jungle's many dangers. Venomous snakes, sharp-toothed mammals, and even the spiny undergrowth itself. Armadillos, with their overlapping bony plates, are like living tanks. When threatened, they curl into nearly impenetrable balls, their soft underbellies protected from even the most determined jaws. River turtles, ancient survivors, carry their fortress on their backs, their domed shells a testament to millions of years of evolution, safe from many would-be predators lurking in the murky waters and along the muddy banks. Unlike the lurking anaconda, the monitor lizard is a restless wanderer, always on the move, its senses tuned to the faintest rustle or scent. It searches for insects, eggs, or small mammals, weaving through the tangled roots and fallen leaves. Armadillos dig tirelessly, their claws tearing into the rich, dark soil in search of grubs and beetles, their snouts rooting under logs and through leaf litter. Turtles, meanwhile, graze on lush riverbank plants, their powerful jaws clipping through stems and leaves, each armored animal carving out its own niche in the intricate web of the Amazon. These animals are versatile athletes, fast runners, expert climbers, and capable swimmers. The monitor lizard can sprint across the forest floor, scale tree trunks with powerful limbs, and even swim across flooded streams, its tail propelling it through the water. Armadillos scurry through the undergrowth, squeezing beneath tangled roots and vanishing into burrows. Turtles glide silently through the water, their streamlined shells parting the current as they submerge beneath the surface. Their armor does not slow them down. Instead, it allows them to take risks, explore, and escape danger with confidence. When danger strikes, each animal has its own strategy. The monitor lizard dashes up trees with astonishing speed, claws gripping bark as it vanishes into the canopy. Armadillos disappear into the earth, their powerful forelimbs digging a safe haven in seconds. Turtles, sensing a threat, retract into their shells, sealing themselves away from harm. Each uses its unique defenses to outwit the predators that stalk the Amazon's shadows: jaguars, caimans, and birds of prey. Sharp claws and powerful limbs are essential tools in the Amazon's relentless quest for survival. The monitor lizard tears into rotting logs, searching for hidden insects and eggs, its senses alert to every vibration. Armadillos break apart decaying wood, sniffing for the faint scent of their next meal. Turtles scrape algae from rocks, their beaks adapted to harvest the river's bounty. Always alert, these armored animals listen for the faintest sound, the snap of a twig, the ripple of water, ready to react to any threat. Constant vigilance is their key to survival. Every sense is tuned to the jungle's signals, the distant call of a howler monkey, the flutter of a butterfly's wings, the subtle shift of a predator in the undergrowth. Every movement is calculated for safety. Every pause a moment to listen, to smell, to see what others might miss in the dense living tapestry of the Amazon. Speed, agility, and adaptability define these armored survivors. The monitor lizard's muscular body propels it through tangled vines and across muddy banks. Armadillos, with their low-slung forms, can vanish into the earth or dart through the undergrowth in a heartbeat. Turtles, masters of both land and water, slip between worlds, hiding among roots and aquatic plants. Their physical defenses are matched by their ability to move, hide, and adapt to the ever-shifting conditions of the rainforest. Solitary and resourceful, each armored animal thrives by being ever ready, relying on instinct and adaptation rather than strength in numbers. In the Amazon, where every day brings new challenges, floods, droughts, shifting food supplies, survival favors those who can think and act alone, blending into the endless green. Camouflage and armor work together, making them nearly invisible to predators and prey alike. The monitor lizard's mottled skin mirrors the dappled sunlight and shadows. The armadillo's earthy tones blend with fallen leaves, and the turtle's shell mimics the rocks and mud of the riverbank. Their survival depends on both protection and stealth, a delicate balance in a world where being seen can mean being eaten. In this forest, success belongs to the quick-witted and the adaptable. Keen senses and rapid responses are as vital as any physical defense. The monitor lizard's eyes catch the slightest movement, the armadillo's ears twitch at the faintest sound, and the turtle's gaze breaks the water's surface, always alert for danger. Every day is a test of alertness and skill. The jungle is a living gauntlet filled with hidden dangers and fleeting opportunities. Only the most prepared endure, navigating a world where every step could bring food or peril. The journey of these armored animals is one of perpetual motion and constant adaptation. In the Amazon, their resilience shapes the ecosystem as they control insect populations, disperse seeds, and provide food for larger predators. Their armor is not just protection, it is a passport to survival in the world's most challenging jungle, a living testament to the ingenuity of nature in the heart of the rainforest. As dusk settles over the Amazon, the dense canopy above dims the last rays of sunlight, and the jungle transforms into a world of shadows and whispers. The air thickens with humidity, and the chorus of insects swells, echoing through the tangled undergrowth. From beneath a carpet of fallen leaves and moss, a tarantula stirs, its movements almost imperceptible. This is a realm where the night belongs to the silent hunters, and the tarantula is just one of many. The tarantula steps from its silk-lined burrow, each leg testing the ground for vibrations. Its body, covered in fine, sensitive hairs, is perfectly adapted to the darkness. Nearby, orb-weaver spiders dangle motionless in their intricate webs, their bodies shimmering with droplets of dew that catch the faint moonlight filtering through the leaves. These webs, spun with astonishing precision, are both home and hunting ground. The Amazon is a tapestry of predators and prey, and spiders have evolved a remarkable array of hunting strategies. The wandering spider, restless and alert, prowls the forest floor, its 8 eyes scanning for the faintest movement. It stalks beetles and other insects with calculated precision, its venomous fangs ready to strike. The tarantula, in contrast, is a master of ambush, waiting, motionless, until the perfect moment to unleash its power. Every hair on the tarantula's legs is a finely tuned sensor, able to detect the faintest tremor in the earth. These vibrations reveal the approach of prey or the presence of danger. For the orb weaver, the web itself is an extension of its senses, each strand transmitting the flutter of a trapped insect, every vibration a message in the darkness. The jungle floor is a stage for countless dramas. A cricket, oblivious to the danger, inches closer to the tarantula's lair. In the web above, a moth struggles, its wings caught in sticky silk. The spiders wait, patient and still, their predatory instincts honed by millions of years of evolution. Suddenly, the tarantula explodes into action. a blur of motion as it seizes the cricket, its fangs delivering a swift, paralyzing bite. The wandering spider, too, launches itself at a beetle, its attack both precise and deadly. In the web, the orb weaver moves with practiced efficiency, wrapping its victim in silk to ensure there is no escape. There is no prolonged chase in this world, only a sudden burst of speed, a perfectly timed strike, and the silent, efficient work of venom. The jungle's predators waste no energy, relying on the element of surprise and the lethality of their natural weapons. With their prey subdued, the spiders retreat to safety. The tarantula drags its meal back to the darkness of its burrow, where it can feed undisturbed. The orb weaver, suspended in the heart of its web, consumes its prize, recycling the nutrients that fuel its nightly labor. These eight-legged hunters are vital to the Amazon's delicate balance. By preying on insects, they help regulate populations that might otherwise overwhelm the forest. The remains of their meals nourish the soil, feeding the roots of towering trees and the countless plants that form the jungle's green tapestry. Camouflage is their greatest ally. Tarantulas blend seamlessly with the leaf litter, their earthy colors mirroring the forest floor. Orb weavers and wandering spiders vanish among the tangled roots and foliage, invisible to all but the most observant eyes. Their survival depends on a suite of specialized senses. The tarantula's eyes, though small, are attuned to the faintest glimmers of light, while its sensory hairs detect the approach of both prey and predator. The orb weaver's delicate legs read the language of the web, interpreting every tremor with astonishing accuracy. In the Amazon, even the smallest creatures are architects of survival. Spiders and their kin weave the threads of life and death, shaping the jungle's endless cycle. As dawn approaches, the web glistens with dew and the spiders vanish into the undergrowth, leaving behind only the faintest trace of their nocturnal reign. Here, in the heart of the world's greatest rainforest, the eight-legged shadows are both feared and essential, silent guardians of the green. In the Amazon's secluded pools, a magical transformation begins beneath a veil of morning mist. The air shivers with anticipation as the first rays of sunlight pierce the dense canopy, touching the water's surface and awakening a hidden world teeming with shimmering life. Here, every droplet and every shaft of light signals the start of a daily spectacle, a dance of emergence and survival that has played out for millennia. Dragonfly nymphs, after spending up to 5 years submerged in the murky depths, sense the subtle change in temperature and light. They begin their ascent, climbing slender plant stems that rise above the water's surface. Alongside them, jewel beetles with dazzling metallic shells scale mossy trunks, their bodies catching the morning light in flashes of emerald and gold. Each movement is deliberate, a careful negotiation with the ever-present dangers of the rainforest. At the water's edge, exoskeletons split open with a delicate crack, and adult dragonflies emerge, soft, pale, and utterly vulnerable. Their wings, still crumpled and wet, glisten in the gentle light as they cling to reeds, waiting for the sun to harden their fragile forms. Nearby, glasswing butterflies break free from their chrysalises, their delicate, transparent wings shimmering with dew, almost invisible in the morning haze. These moments are fleeting, a race against time and predators. As the sun climbs higher, the rainforest stirs with hungry eyes. Dragonflies, their wings still drying, are easy prey for lurking fish and watchful birds. Damselflies with wings of sapphire and turquoise rest on reeds, their bodies tense and alert, wary of the silent approach of frogs and the sudden splash of predatory fish below. Every second is a test of survival in this intricate web of life. Then, as if on cue, thousands of dragonflies take to the air, their iridescent wings catching the sunlight in a dazzling display. Golden mayflies join the ascent, rising in ephemeral clouds that glow like sparks above the river. This synchronized emergence is a marvel of timing, overwhelming predators and ensuring that many will survive to continue the cycle. Predators surge in response. Flocks of birds swoop and fish leap from the water, snapping at the swirling masses. Yet the sheer number of emerging insects confuses and dazzles, allowing most to escape. This mass emergence is nature's strategy, a living shield that ensures the survival of the next generation. For weeks, the air above the water is alive with movement. Dragonflies patrol tirelessly, their keen eyesight and agile flight making them formidable hunters of mosquitoes and other insects. Hummingbird moths join this aerial ballet, hovering and darting among rainforest blooms, their wings a blur of iridescence as they sip nectar and pollinate flowers. Dragonflies are masters of flight, capable of hovering, darting, and even flying backward. Their presence is vital, keeping insect populations in check and serving as food for countless other creatures. Morpho butterflies glide through shafts of sunlight, their brilliant blue wings flashing like living jewels, a breathtaking sight in the dense green of the jungle. The Shimmering Ascent is a dramatic reminder of the rainforest's cycles of transformation. As dusk falls, swarms of fireflies rise above the canopy, their lights twinkling in the gathering darkness, weaving new patterns in the twilight and signaling the shift from day to night. From the shadowy depths of dark water to the brilliance of the sunlit sky, the dragonfly's journey is one of incredible change and adaptation. Lanternflies ascend tree trunks, their bodies glowing faintly in the dim undergrowth, adding to the rainforest's magical display of bioluminescence and color. In the Amazon, every life is a story of adaptation and resilience, from shimmering beetles that mimic the glint of wet leaves to ethereal butterflies that vanish in the dappled light. Each ascent is a testament to the rainforest's endless creativity and wonder. Here, the cycle of life is a continuous, ever-evolving masterpiece, painted in the colors of survival and transformation. High above the forest floor, the Amazon's canopy forms a living roof, a world suspended in the sky, teeming with life and energy. As dawn breaks, the first golden rays of sunlight filter through the dense, interwoven leaves, illuminating a realm few ever witness. Here the air is thick with humidity and the scent of blooming orchids, moss, and ripening fruit. The silence of night is shattered by a symphony of sound and color, as the jungle awakens in a dazzling display of biodiversity. Birds are the undisputed rulers of these heights. Scarlet macaws, with their brilliant crimson, blue, and yellow plumage, screech and wheel through the branches, their calls echoing for miles. They pair bond for life, often seen preening each other or squabbling over the ripest fruits. Toucans, with their oversized rainbow-colored bills, hop from branch to branch, their croaks and clatters adding a percussive rhythm to the morning air as they search for figs and berries hidden among the leaves. The canopy is alive with a chorus of voices. Parrots gather in noisy flocks, exchanging complex calls that serve as both greetings and warnings. Each species has its own dialect, a unique language that helps them find mates, defend territory, and avoid predators. The metallic whistles of tanagers, the deep hoots of owls hidden in the shadows, and the sharp alarm calls of flycatchers all blend into a rich tapestry of sound. Among the most remarkable residents are the hummingbirds. These tiny jewels of the sky dart between blossoms, their iridescent feathers flashing in the sunlight. Their wings beat so rapidly, up to 80 times per second, that they appear as a blur, producing a high-pitched, electric hum. As they hover to sip nectar, their slender beaks become dusted with golden pollen, turning each feeding into an act of pollination that sustains the forest's endless cycle of growth. As the sun dips below the horizon, the energy of the canopy shifts. The birds grow quiet, and a new cast of creatures takes the stage. Bats emerge from their daytime roosts, their silhouettes flitting through the twilight. Some species feed on nectar, their long tongues probing deep into flowers, while others hunt insects or feast on ripe fruit. Their high-frequency chirps and clicks used for echolocation are mostly beyond human hearing, but their presence is felt in the gentle rustle of wings and the subtle movement of leaves. Bats are unsung heroes of the rainforest. As they feed, they pollinate night-blooming flowers and disperse seeds far from the parent plant, ensuring the forest's renewal. Their soft squeaks and the gentle brush of their wings add a new layer to the nocturnal soundscape, continuing the work of the birds long after sunset. Down below, on the damp forest floor, another voice joins the chorus. Poison dart frogs, no larger than a thumb, call out from the leaf litter. Their trilling songs serve as both a warning to would-be predators and a beacon to potential mates. Their skin, painted in electric blues, yellows, and greens, is a vivid signal, advertising their toxicity and deterring all but the boldest hunters. These frogs are devoted parents. After their eggs hatch, the adults carry their tiny tadpoles on their backs, climbing up slippery leaves and mossy trunks to deposit them in the safety of water-filled bromeliad pools high above the ground. Here, the next generation will grow, safe from many of the dangers lurking below. Their soft, rhythmic croaks blend with the background chorus, a gentle lullaby for their young. The Amazon is a world of layers, each with its own community of specialists. Birds, bats, and frogs have all evolved unique ways to communicate and survive in their chosen realms. The metallic whistles of tanagers ring from the treetops, while the deep resonant hoots of nightbirds echo through the mid-story. On the ground, the sharp staccato calls of frogs punctuate the steady hum of insects. The canopy itself is a stage for constant adaptation and cooperation. Mixed flocks of birds travel together, sharing information about food and predators. Monkeys leap from branch to branch, their calls and rustling movements adding to the cacophony. Insects too play their part. Cicadas buzz, beetles click, and butterflies flutter silently, each contributing to the living tapestry. Every call, every song, every rustle of wings or splash of water is part of the Amazon's intricate web of life. This is a living orchestra, where each note has meaning and purpose, whether it's a warning, a courtship song, or a simple declaration of presence. In this world, survival depends on connection and communication. The air is thick with messages, songs of courtship, cries of alarm, and the constant chatter of life. Even the plants join in, releasing scents and chemicals that attract pollinators or warn of danger. The chorus never truly ends. From the first light of dawn to the deep shadows of night, the Amazon canopy sings, a living testament to the power of sound, adaptation, and connection in the wildest heart of the jungle. High above the shadowy forest floor, the Amazon's treetops form a world of their own, a living, breathing labyrinth suspended in the sky. Here, sunlight filters through a mosaic of emerald leaves, dappling the branches in shifting patterns of gold and green. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming orchids, and the constant hum of insects forms a backdrop to the drama unfolding overhead. In this vibrant realm, squirrel monkeys reign as the true acrobats of the jungle. With astonishing grace and speed, they launch themselves from branch to branch, their bodies twisting mid-air, tails streaming behind them like banners. Each leap is a calculated risk, a display of agility honed by generations of survival in the canopy's tangled embrace. Their long, expressive tails act as balancing poles, allowing them to navigate the intricate network of branches with effortless precision. The monkeys move in lively troops, weaving through the foliage in a coordinated ballet. Their constant chattering, high-pitched squeaks and trills echoes through the leaves, a language of warnings, greetings, and playful banter. These calls help them stay connected, even when hidden from view by the dense greenery. Social bonds are the invisible threads that hold these troops together. Each member is both lookout and companion, eyes constantly scanning for ripe fruit, insects, or the subtle signs of danger. The troop's survival depends on this vigilance. Every monkey plays a role, from the youngest to the oldest, in the intricate web of relationships that defines their society. Foraging is a communal affair. The monkeys pluck succulent fruits, snatch darting insects, and scatter seeds as they move, unwittingly shaping the very forest they call home. As they feast, seeds drop to the forest floor below, ensuring the next generation of trees and plants. In this way, the squirrel monkeys become gardeners of the rainforest, their daily routines woven into the Amazon's endless cycle of renewal. Among the branches, the youngest monkeys turn the canopy into a playground. They dart and chase, leaping with abandon, their games a vital rehearsal for the challenges of adulthood. Through play, they learn to judge distances, master balance, and interpret the subtle cues of their companions, skills that will one day mean the difference between life and death. Yet, life in the canopy is never free from peril. Suddenly, a lookout stiffens, eyes wide as a shadow glides silently across the leaves. Above, an eagle circles, its keen gaze searching for movement among the branches. The monkey's world is one of constant vigilance, where danger can strike from above in an instant. Instantly, the troop springs into action. With practiced coordination, they drop to lower, denser branches, vanishing into the green maze of leaves. Their movements are swift and silent, a well-rehearsed drill that has saved countless generations from sharp-eyed hunters. Here they freeze, bodies pressed close to the branches, perfectly camouflaged among the shadows and leaves. The forest holds its breath. In these tense moments, the monkey's survival depends on their ability to become invisible, to blend seamlessly into the living tapestry of the canopy. When the danger passes, the forest stirs once more. The monkeys erupt back into motion, their chatter resuming as if nothing had happened. The rhythm of life in the treetops continues, a testament to the resilience and adaptability of these remarkable creatures. At times, the troop pauses at bromeliads, natural basins formed by the overlapping leaves of rainforest plants. Here, they drink the cool, collected rainwater and wash, sharing moments of calm amid the ceaseless activity. These oases are vital, providing hydration and a brief respite from the demands of survival. Survival in the Amazon's treetops demands more than speed. It requires cooperation, sharp senses, and the ability to respond instantly to threats. The monkeys' lives are a delicate balance of teamwork and independence, each individual attuned to the needs of the group. Every day is a dance between play and vigilance, between the joy of movement and the ever-present need for caution. The branches sway beneath their weight, but the monkeys move with confidence, their bodies perfectly adapted to this aerial world. In the endless green of the canopy, the squirrel monkey's world is one of constant motion, connection, and survival. Their lives are woven into the fabric of the Amazon, a breathtaking dance high above the forest floor, a living testament to the wonders and challenges of the jungle's uppermost realm. Deep within the emerald labyrinth of the Amazon, where sunlight filters through a living ceiling of leaves, the forest floor is alive with movement. Here, the giant anteater shuffles quietly through the undergrowth, its shaggy coat blending seamlessly with the dappled shadows. This remarkable creature is a specialist like no other, perfectly adapted to a world teeming with hidden life. Yet it is not alone. The Amazon is home to a host of gentle giants, each playing a unique and irreplaceable role in this intricate ecosystem. The anteater's elongated snout and formidable claws are marvels of evolution, designed for a singular purpose: to unearth and consume vast colonies of ants and termites. With every deliberate step, it listens and sniffs, searching for the faintest sign of insect activity beneath the soil. Nearby, the lowland tapir, the largest terrestrial mammal in South America, uses its prehensile nose to pluck tender shoots and ripe fruit from the forest floor and low branches. Its sturdy body moves with surprising grace through tangled brush and shallow streams, shaping the forest with every meal. Both anteater and tapir are guided by an extraordinary sense of smell, far surpassing that of most other mammals. The anteater's sensitive snout can detect the chemical trails of ants and termites, while the tapir's keen nose helps it locate the freshest leaves and the juiciest fruit, even in the dim light of dawn. Each animal leaves subtle traces, disturbed earth, nibbled foliage, faint footprints that tell the story of their passage through the jungle. The anteater's claws, sharp and curved, are its tools for survival. With a few swift motions, it tears open hardened termite mounds, then flicks its long, sticky tongue inside, devouring thousands of insects in mere minutes. The tapir, meanwhile, is a gardener of the forest. As it wanders, it swallows fruit whole, later depositing seeds far from the parent tree. These seeds, encased in nutrient-rich dung, have a greater chance of sprouting, ensuring the renewal of the forest. Remarkably, the anteater never destroys a nest completely. It feeds and moves on, allowing insect colonies to recover and thrive, ensuring a sustainable food source for the future. The tapir's gentle passage through the undergrowth creates new trails, opening up the forest for other animals, and for sunlight to reach the soil, where new saplings take root and grow. This delicate balance, predator and prey, consumer and regenerator, ensures the survival of both anteater and insects. In the flooded forests and winding rivers, another gentle giant plays its part, the Amazonian manatee. This aquatic mammal glides silently through submerged meadows, grazing on lush aquatic plants. By feeding, it prevents overgrowth and keeps the waterways clear, maintaining the health of the river ecosystem. Despite their impressive size, these animals are gentle and cautious. The anteater curls its bushy tail around its body for warmth and camouflage, blending into the forest floor. The manatee, ever watchful, keeps its calf close, seeking shelter in the cool, shaded waters beneath overhanging trees. Each finds comfort and safety in the embrace of the jungle or the calm of the river. Yet, the Amazon is a place where danger is never far away. If threatened, the anteater can rear up and defend itself with its formidable claws, capable of fending off even the most determined predators. The capybara, the world's largest rodent, relies on vigilance and the safety of water, diving beneath the surface at the first sign of danger, vanishing into the tangled roots and reeds. The giant anteater and the tapir are solitary wanderers, each moving quietly through their domain. Their lives are shaped by the rhythms of the forest, the rise and fall of the river, the shifting patterns of light and shadow, the endless search for food and safety. In their solitude, they are masters of their environment, shaping the world around them with every step. Their unique adaptations, whether the anteater's powerful claws, the tapir's flexible snout, or the manatee's paddle-like tail, allow them to thrive in places few others can. From the tangled roots of the forest floor to the labyrinthine channels of the river, these gentle giants are perfectly attuned to the Amazon's challenges. In this world of endless diversity, specialization is the key to survival. Each gentle giant fills a vital niche, supporting the web of life that stretches from the forest floor to the river's depths. Their presence ensures that the Amazon remains a sanctuary for countless species, each dependent on the others for survival. Through their daily habits and quiet persistence, these remarkable animals shape the very fabric of the Amazon. The anteater's search for insects, the tapir's seed dispersal, the manatee's grazing, all help to renew and sustain the forest and river. In their gentle way, they ensure that the Amazon remains a living, breathing sanctuary, a place where life in all its forms can flourish, undisturbed by the presence of humankind. The Amazon stretches beyond the horizon, a living tapestry woven from countless secrets and stories. Even as we explore its depths, we glimpse only the surface of its endless green mystery. Beneath this vast canopy, a world unfolds that is both ancient and ever-changing, a realm where sunlight filters through layers of emerald leaves, painting the forest floor in shifting patterns of golden shadow. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth and the chorus of unseen creatures, each one a vital note in the jungle's eternal song. Beneath the tangled roots and shifting waters, the anaconda glides silently, a master of patience and power, perfectly attuned to its world. Its muscular body moves with effortless grace, blending into the dappled light and shadow. The anaconda is both predator and guardian, its presence a silent reminder of the delicate balance that governs life here. In the stillness, it waits, sensing the faintest vibrations, reading the river's secrets, and moving only when the time is right. The monitor lizard prowls the forest floor, its senses sharp, its movements deliberate, a survivor shaped by the relentless demands of the jungle. Its forked tongue flicks in and out, tasting the air for signs of prey or danger. Every step is calculated, every pause a moment to listen to the subtle language of the forest. The lizard's armored scales glisten with moisture, a living shield against the challenges of this humid world. Hidden in the shadows, the tarantula weaves its silent path, a reminder that even the smallest creatures are vital threads in this vast web of life. Its delicate hairs sense the faintest tremors, alert to the approach of both prey and predator. The tarantula's world is one of patience and precision, spinning silk to create hidden retreats and hunting grounds among the moss and fallen leaves. Dragonflies dart above the water's surface, their delicate wings catching the light, connecting river and sky in a dance as old as the forest itself. Their compound eyes see a mosaic of colors and movement, allowing them to hunt with astonishing accuracy. Each dragonfly is both predator and pollinator, playing a crucial role in the intricate cycles that sustain the Amazon's endless vitality. Monkeys leap through the emerald canopy, their calls echoing through the leaves, bridging the heights and depths of this layered world. Agile and intelligent, they navigate a maze of branches, searching for fruit, seeds, and insects. Their social bonds are strong, and their movements help scatter seeds, ensuring the forest's renewal with every leap and call. On the forest floor, the anteater moves with quiet purpose, uncovering hidden colonies and revealing the unseen lives that shape the soil. Its long snout and sticky tongue are perfectly adapted for extracting ants and termites from their labyrinthine nests. Each foraging journey helps aerate the earth, supporting the growth of new plants and the health of the entire ecosystem. Every layer of the rainforest, from the sunlit canopy to the shadowed undergrowth, is alive with connections, roots entwined, branches interlaced, life supporting life. Epiphytes cling to ancient trunks, drawing moisture from the air, while vines spiral upward in search of light. The forest is a living mosaic, each plant and animal a piece of a puzzle millions of years in the making. Here, every creature, every plant, every drop of water plays a part in a delicate, ancient balance, an endless cycle of giving and taking, of survival and renewal. Leafcutter ants march in endless lines, carrying fragments to nourish their underground gardens. Birds flit from branch to branch, spreading pollen and seeds. Even fallen leaves become food for fungi and insects. Their nutrients return to the soil in a perpetual cycle of life. As the sun dips low, shadows stretch across the river, and the jungle transforms, its mysteries deepening, its beauty growing ever more profound. The river becomes a ribbon of molten gold, reflecting the last light of day as nocturnal creatures begin to stir. The air cools, and the sounds of the forest shift, a new chorus rising to greet the coming night. In the gathering dusk, hidden lives stir, creatures rarely seen, secrets never spoken, all sheltered beneath the endless green. Eyes gleam in the undergrowth, and the rustle of wings and paws signals the start of the night's activity. The jungle's mysteries deepen, each shadow concealing a story yet to be told. New species emerge from the shadows, each discovery a reminder that the Amazon's wonders are far from exhausted, its mysteries still unfolding. Brightly colored frogs perch on leaves, their skin a warning and a marvel, while insects with iridescent wings flit through the twilight, each one a testament to the rainforest's boundless creativity. As night falls, a new symphony begins. Bats flutter, frogs call, and the forest breathes in rhythm with the darkness. The air vibrates with the songs of insects and the distant hoots of owls. Nocturnal hunters emerge, their senses finely tuned to the world of moonlight and shadow. The Amazon never sleeps. By moonlight, glowing insects drift between the trees, and the pulse of life continues, unseen but unbroken. Fireflies paint the darkness with fleeting sparks, while the soft rustle of leaves hints at the countless lives moving in the shadows. Every moss-covered trunk, every twisting vine, every drop of dew holds a story, an ancient memory, a promise of life renewed. The forest is a living archive, its history written in rings of wood and patterns of growth, its future carried in seeds and spores. The great green heart of the world beats on, its secrets safe beneath the leaves, its wonders waiting for those who listen to the whispers of the wild. In this endless green mystery, life endures, adapts, and thrives, an unbroken chain stretching back through time and forward into the unknown. Gap 2s. Beneath the tangled emerald canopy, a hidden world thrives, one that few eyes ever witness in its entirety. Here, the Amazon's secret rivers and streams wind their way through the heart of the jungle, carving silent paths beneath the dense foliage. These waterways are the lifeblood of the rainforest, weaving through the undergrowth like veins, nourishing every root and leaf from below. The rivers twist and turn, their courses shaped by centuries of floods and fallen trees, creating a labyrinth of channels and oxbow lakes. In the shadowed channels, water flows quietly, filtered by overhanging plants and tangled roots, carrying nutrients and life to every corner of the forest. Below the surface, a tangle of roots and aquatic plants forms a living tapestry, providing shelter for countless creatures. In the glassy shallows, where sunlight pierces the water in golden beams, schools of neon tetras shimmer, a living mosaic of blue and red, their tiny bodies flashing as they move in perfect synchrony. They dart between sun-dappled roots, seeking safety among the submerged branches, their colors a warning and a lure in equal measure. On the sandy riverbed, ancient armored catfish glide with deliberate grace, their bodies protected by bony plates that have evolved over millions of years. These plates are a testament to survival, allowing them to withstand the river's many predators and the abrasive currents. Among drifting leaves and sunken branches, the elusive electric eel lurks, perfectly camouflaged among the debris and aquatic plants. Its silent presence masks a formidable power, an ability to generate electric shocks, used both for hunting and self-defense. With a sudden flash, it can unleash a jolt strong enough to stun prey or deter threats, a hidden force in the murky darkness. Giant river otters, the apex predators of these waters, slip through the currents with effortless agility, their sleek bodies weaving between submerged logs and tangled reeds, always alert to the movements of fish and crustaceans. They hunt in playful, coordinated bands, using teamwork and sharp senses to outwit their armored prey. Their keen eyes scan the riverbed, searching for the slightest movement, while their sensitive whiskers detect vibrations in the water. Beneath the surface, their calls echo, a complex language of chirps and whistles binding the group together in a world where cooperation means survival. In the deeper, tranquil pools, the legendary arapaima emerges, its massive torpedo-shaped body rising to gulp air, a necessity for this ancient fish that breathes both water and air. Its scales, thick and gleaming like polished bronze, are armor against piranhas and other threats. Each breath is a reminder of the ancient giants that have ruled these waters since before memory began, their presence a living link to the distant past. Piranhas, often misunderstood, patrol the shadows in swirling shoals, their sharp teeth and powerful jaws adapted for survival in a world of fierce competition. Their silver flanks catch the fractured sunlight, signaling both danger and vitality, a vital force in the river's endless cycle of renewal, cleaning up what others leave behind. Amid floating lilies and tangled aquatic plants, dwarf caimans lie motionless, their eyes just above the waterline, watching and waiting with ancient patience. These patient sentinels are guardians of the silent backwaters, where danger and opportunity are never far apart. Here, frogs chorus in the humid air, and dragonflies skim the surface in iridescent arcs, their wings catching the light in flashes of blue and green. Every stream, every hidden pool is a sanctuary, cradling new life, sheltering rare secrets, and providing refuge for species found nowhere else on Earth. In these secluded waters, young fish grow among the roots, and rare amphibians hide from predators. The subtle movement of water and life beneath the surface is the jungle's pulse, steady, strong, and unbroken. Here, the Amazon's mysteries deepen, with every shadow and ripple hinting at creatures yet undiscovered and stories untold. Powerful currents flow unseen beneath the surface, shaping the land and the lives of all who dwell here. In this vibrant ecosystem, every plant and animal is bound together, each playing a role in the endless cycle of life and death, growth and decay. In this submerged world, the story of the rainforest continues, quiet, eternal, and utterly wild, a testament to the Amazon's enduring power and mystery. As the final golden rays of sunlight slip behind the tangled canopy, the Amazon rainforest undergoes a profound transformation. The air thickens with anticipation, and the jungle prepares for its nightly metamorphosis, a world where the familiar is cloaked in shadow and every sense is heightened. Shadows stretch and deepen, weaving a tapestry of darkness across the emerald expanse. A hush settles, but it is not the silence of sleep. Instead, it is the breathless pause before the jungle's true inhabitants emerge, as if the entire forest is holding its breath. As night descends, the Amazon becomes a realm of whispered secrets. Unseen eyes, those of ocelots, snakes, and countless insects, gleam from the undergrowth, their reflections flickering like tiny lanterns in the humid darkness. The air vibrates with the hum of wings, the rustle of scales, and the soft patter of paws. From the velvet gloom, the haunting calls of nightjars echo, their spectral songs weaving through the branches. These elusive birds, perfectly camouflaged by day, now become the jungle's minstrels, their voices rising and falling in a ghostly chorus that marks the passage of time. High above, the great eyes of owls blink open, golden and unblinking. Perched silently on ancient branches, they scan the forest floor for the faintest tremor, a mouse, a beetle, or a careless frog. With wings as silent as falling petals, these nocturnal hunters glide between colossal trunks. Their feathers are specially adapted to muffle sound, allowing them to swoop down on unsuspecting prey with ghostly precision, leaving barely a ripple in the moonlit air. In the tangled undergrowth, the leaf litter stirs. Here, beneath the dense foliage, armies of insects and small reptiles begin their nightly rituals. Millipedes and beetles scuttle through the debris, while snakes, perfectly camouflaged, lie in wait for the careless. Tiny frogs, painted in electric hues of blue, red, and yellow, emerge from their hiding places. Their skin, often laced with potent toxins, glistens in the cool night air. They gather at the edges of pools and streams, their voices rising in a rhythmic, pulsing symphony that reverberates through the darkness, each call a signal in the search for a mate. Between tangled roots, the ghostly glow of bioluminescent fungi casts an otherworldly light. These living lanterns illuminate the forest floor, guiding the relentless march of army ants. The ants move in coordinated columns, their bodies communicating through pheromones, dismantling anything in their path with astonishing efficiency. Eyeshine flickers in the blackness. A jaguar prowls, its rosetted coat melting into the shifting shadows. The jaguar is the apex predator of the Amazon night, moving with a power and grace that belies its size. Its senses are finely tuned to the darkness, able to detect the faintest sound or scent. Each step is measured, each breath controlled. The jaguar's padded paws allow it to move in near silence, stalking prey such as capybaras, peccaries, or even caimans. In the moon-dappled gloom, it is both hunter and phantom, a living shadow in the night. Overhead, kinkajous and night monkeys leap from branch to branch. These agile mammals, with their prehensile tails and nimble fingers, forage for ripe fruit and sweet nectar. Their large, reflective eyes are adapted for the dim light, allowing them to navigate the labyrinth of branches with ease. Along the riverbanks, the world stirs with the gentle rustle of capybaras wading into the cool shallows. These gentle giants, the world's largest rodents, move in family groups, their sensitive noses twitching as they search for tender grasses and aquatic plants. In the water, caimans glide soundlessly, their eyes just above the surface. These ancient reptiles hunt by touch and instinct, waiting motionless for the slightest ripple that betrays the presence of fish, birds, or even the occasional mammal. Above the reeds, fireflies drift in gentle arcs, their greenish lights flickering in silent conversation. Each pulse is a coded message, a dance of attraction and territory, mapping secret trails across the forest and painting the night with living stars. As midnight deepens, the Amazon is utterly transformed. The forest becomes a vast, breathing tapestry of nocturnal wonders, where every layer teems with life, creatures that thrive in darkness, each playing a vital role in the intricate web of the ecosystem. Every shadow hides a story, a tarantula emerging from its burrow, a sloth inching along a branch, a snake coiled in patient ambush. Every sound, a distant splash, a sudden rustle, a chorus of insects, reveals an unseen world, layered and complex. In the endless night, the rainforest lives anew. Its mysteries multiply with every passing hour, its beauty undiminished by darkness. Here, life is relentless, adaptive, and astonishingly diverse, each species a thread in the living fabric of the jungle. Beneath the gaze of the moon and stars, the wild heart of the Amazon beats on, timeless, untamed, and forever alive. In this world without human presence, the night belongs to the creatures and the ancient rhythms of the forest, a living testament to the power and mystery of nature. As the first golden rays of dawn filter through the tangled canopy, the Amazon awakens with a symphony of life. Yet, beneath the grandeur of towering trees and the calls of distant birds, a hidden world stirs. A world so vast and intricate, it dwarfs all others in sheer abundance and complexity. This is the domain of insects, the Amazon's tiniest titans. Their numbers are staggering, billions upon billions, each one playing a vital role in the forest's survival. From the forest floor to the highest leaves, insects are the silent architects and caretakers of this green empire. Beneath the thick carpet of fallen leaves, armies of leaf-cutter ants march in tireless columns, their movements orchestrated with astonishing precision. Each ant, a marvel of strength and coordination, carries a fragment of leaf many times its own weight. Their jaws slice through vegetation with ease, and their teamwork is unrivaled in the animal kingdom. But these leaves are not for eating. Instead, the ants carry them deep underground, where they cultivate vast gardens of fungus, their true food source. This ancient partnership between ant and fungus has flourished for millions of years, a testament to the power of cooperation. Within these subterranean chambers, the ants tend their crops with meticulous care, removing pests and feeding the fungus with fresh leaves. In return, the fungus nourishes the colony, sustaining generations of ants in a delicate balance. Their relentless activity aerates the soil, allowing water and nutrients to reach the roots of plants above. In this way, the ants become unseen gardeners, renewing life and ensuring the forest's vitality. On the trunks of ancient trees, jewel beetles, adorned in shimmering greens and blues, climb with patient determination. Their iridescent shells catch the morning light, flashing like living gems amid the moss and bark. These beetles are more than just beautiful. They are vital recyclers. Some bore deep into decaying wood, breaking down the remains of fallen giants and returning nutrients to the soil. Their secret tunnels become highways for other creatures, and their work ensures that nothing in the forest goes to waste. Other beetles, drawn to the rarest blooms, become pollinators, transferring pollen as they feed and helping to create the next generation of rainforest plants. Butterflies, too, flutter among the foliage, their wings painted with patterns that mimic leaves, eyes, or even predators. Each insect, no matter how small, is a thread in the intricate web that sustains this green universe. In the humid air, clouds of mosquitoes and gnats form living veils, their numbers so great they seem to shape the very atmosphere. Their wings beat in unison, creating a ceaseless hum, a lullaby for the jungle, and a reminder of the constant struggle for survival. Among them, dragonflies, emerald and sapphire, dart with breathtaking speed, their compound eyes scanning for prey. Their aerial dances are both beautiful and deadly, as they snatch insects from the air with unmatched precision. In the shadows, assassin bugs wait in perfect stillness, their bodies camouflaged against moss and lichen. With patience and stealth, they ambush unsuspecting prey, their hunting skills honed by countless generations. Within the heart of exotic blossoms, orchid bees shimmer with metallic hues, turquoise, gold, and emerald. These bees collect rare perfumes from flowers, storing the scents in special leg pouches. The fragrances are used to attract mates, and each bee's journey can span miles of tangled jungle. As they travel, they unwittingly carry pollen from flower to flower, ensuring the survival of some of the rainforest's most extraordinary plants. Their work is invisible, yet without it, the Amazon's botanical wonders would vanish. The dance of pollinators and flowers is a story millions of years in the making, a living legacy of adaptation and interdependence. Hidden in fortress-like mounds, termites shape the very landscape. Their colonies can number in the millions, and their architecture rivals that of any city. Their tunnels channel rainwater, preventing floods and nourishing the roots of towering trees. In doing so, termites engineer the flow of life itself. Without termites, the forest's cycles would falter, decay would choke the earth, and the balance of life would collapse. In every shadow, in every crevice, the insect kingdom reigns supreme. Their diversity is unmatched, each species a marvel of adaptation, each one perfectly suited to its niche. Some insects mimic leaves or twigs to evade predators, while others wield toxins or dazzling colors as warnings. Their forms and behaviors are as varied as the forest itself. From eggs and cocoons, new generations emerge in a constant cycle of renewal. Though their lives are fleeting, together they form the living foundation of the Amazon. In this kingdom of tiny titans, the true strength of the rainforest is revealed, not in the might of the giants above, but in the resilience and cooperation of the small. Insects build, recycle, pollinate, and defend. Their quiet persistence weaves the fabric of the jungle, holding it together through storm and drought. Here, where the giants of the jungle reach for the sky, it is the myriad lives below that sustain the forest's grandeur. Unseen by most, these tiny creatures are indispensable, each one a testament to the Amazon's endless creativity and resilience. In the shadows and sunlight, in the leaf litter and the canopy, the kingdom of insects endures, endlessly extraordinary and forever vital to the heart of the Amazon. Deep within the Amazon, where the air is thick with the scent of earth and the chorus of unseen creatures fills the dawn, sunlight filters in emerald shards through a living cathedral of green. Here time seems to slow, and the true monarchs of the jungle rise, the oldest and tallest trees, whose presence shapes the very soul of the rainforest. These silent sentinels, some standing for centuries, their crowns piercing the dense canopy, form a living skyline that stretches as far as the eye can see. Towering above the endless green, they are living skyscrapers, their trunks rising like ancient pillars from the shadowy forest floor. Among these giants, the kapok and Brazil nut trees are legends. Some have stood for hundreds, even thousands of years, their roots entwined with the very history of the land. The kapok tree, with its massive buttress roots, and the Brazil nut, whose fruits feed countless animals, are more than trees. They are lifelines for the jungle. Their trunks, gnarled and scarred by centuries of storms, bear the marks of survival, each groove and fissure a testament to the tempests and seasons they have endured. Through relentless droughts, surging floods, and the silent march of time, these giants endure, adapting to the ever-changing rhythms of the rainforest. Their roots, thick and sprawling, delve deep into the earth, anchoring the forest and drawing up life-giving water and nutrients from the hidden world below. These ancient trees are more than just pillars of wood and leaf. They are the architects of the Amazon's complex web of life. Their branches stretch wide, cradling entire ecosystems in their embrace, supporting a dizzying array of life high above the forest floor. Orchids and bromeliads, with their vibrant blooms, nestle in the crooks of limbs, drawing moisture from the humid air and creating lush, suspended gardens. These gardens, perched high in the canopy, are home to countless species of insects, frogs, and birds, each adapted to life in the treetops. Vines coil and twist around the trunks and branches, weaving a living tapestry that connects the forest from floor to canopy, providing highways for wildlife and shelter for the smallest creatures. In this world suspended between earth and sky, birds flit from branch to branch, frogs cling to leaves, and insects scuttle in the dappled light, each playing a role in the intricate balance of the ecosystem. As the oldest living beings in the forest, these giants are the timekeepers of the Amazon. Their rings, hidden deep within, hold the memory of past climates, years of abundance and hardship, drought and flood, all recorded in silent circles of wood. In their shade, new generations of saplings take root, protected from the harsh sun and nourished by the rich soil created by centuries of fallen leaves. When a giant finally falls, it is not an end, but a transformation. Their massive trunks become nurseries for new life, teeming with opportunity. Seedlings sprout in the moist, decaying wood, fungi break down the old to nourish the new, and beetles and other insects thrive in the shelter of the fallen giant. Each fallen tree becomes a microcosm of the forest, a cradle for the next generation, ensuring the cycle of life continues unbroken. With every breath, these ancient trees draw in carbon dioxide, storing it in their vast trunks and branches, and release life-giving oxygen, shaping the very air that sustains the rainforest and all its inhabitants. Their leafy crowns capture the rain, slowing its descent and guiding it gently to the roots and streams below. This natural irrigation prevents erosion, nourishes the soil, and sustains the intricate network of life that depends on the forest's stability. Without these ancient giants, the delicate balance of the jungle would falter. Their absence would unravel the web of life that depends on their strength and shelter. With them, the Amazon flourishes, lush, vibrant, and teeming with life from the forest floor to the highest canopy. In the hush beneath their towering forms, every creature finds shelter, every plant is touched by their legacy, and every breath is a gift from their ancient leaves. Beneath their vast canopies, animals and plants thrive in a world shaped by the wisdom and endurance of these living giants. They are the memory and the promise of the forest, guardians of the canopy, protectors of the Amazon's secrets. From dawn to dusk, they witness the endless dance of life below, their presence a silent assurance that the cycle continues. As the sun sets, painting their highest branches in gold, the ancient giants stand watch, steadfast and eternal. In the fading light, their silhouettes stretch across the jungle, a reminder of the enduring power and mystery of the Amazon. Shrouded in mist and silence, they hold the secrets of the rainforest in their leafy embrace, guardians of a world where danger and wonder are forever entwined. Above the emerald expanse, the sky churns with anticipation, a living canvas where clouds gather and dissolve in endless motion. The Amazon stretches beneath, a vast, breathing organism, its every leaf and branch attuned to the shifting moods of the heavens. Here in the Amazon, weather is not just a backdrop, it is the lifeblood of the forest, dictating the rhythm of every creature and plant. The interplay of rain and sun shapes the very fabric of this ecosystem, weaving together cycles of abundance and renewal. Each day begins with a gentle mist, as the sun's early rays coax vapor from the dense canopy below. The forest awakens in a hush, dew clinging to every surface, and the air is thick with the scent of wet earth and blooming orchids. Clouds gather, thick and heavy, their shadows drifting across the endless green. These clouds are born from the forest itself, as millions of trees exhale moisture, fueling the sky above in a cycle of perpetual renewal. By midday, the air is electric, the humidity rising until it feels as if the very atmosphere is saturated with life. Invisible currents swirl, carrying the calls of distant birds and the hum of countless insects. The forest holds its breath. Every creature, from the smallest ant to the largest jaguar, senses the coming change. Leaves hang motionless, and the only sound is the distant rustle of wings or the soft drip of condensation. Then, with a distant rumble, the heavens open. Lightning forks across the sky, illuminating the canopy in brief, brilliant flashes, while thunder rolls through the valleys and over the rivers. Rain pours down in a relentless shimmering curtain, nourishing, cleansing, and unyielding. Each drop is a lifeline, sustaining the intricate web of life below. Leaves tremble beneath the torrent, their waxy surfaces guiding water in delicate rivulets down to thirsty roots. Epiphytes and mosses soak up the moisture, while bromeliads collect rain in their cupped leaves, creating miniature pools for tiny creatures. Streams swell, rivers surge, and the very soil drinks deeply, storing moisture for the days ahead. Floodwaters spread across the forest floor, nourishing the roots of ancient trees and carrying nutrients to every corner of the jungle. This daily cycle is the Amazon's heartbeat, a rhythm as old as the forest itself. The steady drumming of rain on leaves is a song of survival, echoing through the undergrowth and up to the highest branches. The rain brings life, awakening seeds, feeding streams, and cooling the fevered air. Dormant seeds burst open, sending delicate shoots toward the light, while streams carry nutrients to nourish the next generation of plants. Frogs emerge to sing, their calls echoing through the dripping foliage. Insects dance in the droplets, pollinating flowers that open wide to drink the fleeting moisture. Every layer of the forest teems with activity, each species playing its part in the grand symphony of life. Even the towering giants sway and creak, welcoming the deluge that sustains their ancient forms. Their roots anchor the soil, preventing erosion, while their branches shelter countless creatures from the storm. But the sun is just as vital. When the rain fades, the clouds part, and sunlight returns, the forest is transformed once again. When the clouds part, golden light spills through the canopy, igniting a riot of growth. Sunbeams pierce the mist, illuminating emerald leaves and vibrant blossoms, and the air shimmers with renewed energy. Plants stretch upward, racing for the warmth. Vines spiral toward the light and new leaves unfurl, eager to capture every ray. The competition for sunlight is fierce, driving the incredible diversity and density of the jungle. Evaporation begins anew, and the cycle continues, an eternal dance between water and light, shaping every leaf and creature. The forest breathes, exhaling moisture that will soon return as rain, sustaining the endless cycle. In this delicate balance, the Amazon thrives. Every organism, from the tiniest fungus to the tallest tree, depends on the harmony of rain and sun. The rains carve rivers and lakes, sculpting the land and fueling migrations. Fish and aquatic creatures move with the rising waters, while birds and mammals follow the shifting patterns of food and shelter. The sun's energy powers photosynthesis, the foundation of the jungle's teeming life. Chlorophyll-rich leaves transform sunlight into food, supporting an intricate food web that stretches from the forest floor to the highest canopy. Every storm, every sunbeam is a reminder. In the Amazon, weather is not a force to be endured, but a symphony that orchestrates the rhythm of existence. The interplay of light and water creates a world of endless possibility, where adaptation and resilience are the keys to survival. And as dusk falls, the jungle glistens, renewed, alive and waiting for the next breath of rain. The air is thick with the songs of frogs and insects, and the leaves sparkle with the last light of day, a testament to the enduring pulse of rain and sun that sustains this ancient, wondrous world. Beneath the grandeur of towering trees, where sunlight filters through a living tapestry of emerald leaves, the Amazon teems with life at every scale. Here, the forest's true heartbeat pulses not in the thunder of jaguars or the cries of howler monkeys, but in the ceaseless activity of its smallest inhabitants. Along the banks of mighty rivers where water carves ancient paths through the jungle, a hidden world thrives just beneath the surface, one of astonishing complexity and tireless activity. The forest floor, a mosaic of decaying leaves and tangled roots, is alive with a multitude of tiny creatures. These micro-marvels, often overlooked, are the true engines of this vast ecosystem, orchestrating the cycles of life and death with silent precision. Ants march in endless columns, weaving intricate highways across the forest floor. Their trails wind around roots and fallen branches, connecting distant food sources to their underground cities. Each ant has a purpose. Workers gather leaves and food, soldiers defend the colony, and queens ensure the next generation. Their societies are models of organization, with every individual playing a vital role. Some species cultivate underground gardens, carefully tending to delicate fungus that feeds the colony. These fungal farms are protected from the outside world, nurtured in the darkness by tireless workers. Others herd aphids along plant stems, gently coaxing them to release sweet honeydew. In exchange for this sugary reward, the ants offer protection, forming a partnership that benefits both species. The level of cooperation among these insects rivals that of the largest animal societies. Together they build bridges, defend their homes, and adapt to every challenge the rainforest presents. Nearby, springtails, tiny, almost invisible, catapult themselves through the leaf litter, their bodies equipped with spring-like appendages that launch them away from danger in a split second. These minuscule acrobats feast on decaying matter, breaking down fallen leaves and wood. Their relentless recycling transforms the debris of the forest into rich, fertile soil. This process nourishes the roots of the towering giants above, ensuring that the cycle of growth and decay continues unbroken. Mites and beetles join the banquet, breaking down wood and organic debris. Some beetles bore deep into fallen logs, while mites scuttle through the shadows, consuming what others leave behind. Nothing is wasted in this circle of life. Every scrap of organic matter is consumed, digested, and returned to the earth, fueling the next generation of growth. Camouflaged among the moss and bark, minuscule frogs and lizards blend seamlessly into their surroundings. Their skin mimics the texture and color of leaves, bark, and moss, rendering them nearly invisible to predators and prey alike. Their survival depends on clever disguises, sudden bursts of speed, and an uncanny ability to vanish at the first sign of danger. Some remain motionless for hours, while others dart away in a flash, disappearing into the undergrowth. In this world, being seen can mean the difference between life and death. Even the tiniest creatures have evolved remarkable strategies to avoid detection. Spiders, masters of ambush, spin silken traps between leaves and branches. Their webs glisten with morning dew, invisible snares for the unwary. Parasitic wasps, delicate yet deadly, lay their eggs within unsuspecting hosts. Their larvae consume the host from within, a grim but essential part of the rainforest's balance. Each species is locked in an endless dance of adaptation and counter-adaptation, a silent arms race that has shaped the rainforest for millions of years. Together, these micro-marvels form the invisible backbone of the rainforest. They pollinate flowers, disperse seeds, control pests, and decompose the dead. Tasks vital to the survival of the entire ecosystem. Every movement, every life ripples outward, supporting the towering trees, the leaping monkeys, and the roaring rivers that define the Amazon. The forest's health depends on these unseen workers, whose tireless efforts sustain the web of life from the ground up. In the Amazon, greatness is not measured by size, but by the impact each creature has on the world around it. The smallest lives, hidden from view, are the quiet architects of the forest's eternal green. Their stories are written in the soil, the leaves, and the very air that breathes life into the jungle. As the canopy remains lush and vibrant, it is these micro-marvels, unseen, unheralded, and unstoppable, that ensure the Amazon endures, a living testament to the power of the small. Deep within the emerald depths, where the sun's rays rarely touch the soil and shadows weave ancient stories, a silent language flows through the jungle, one that is neither seen nor heard, but felt with every breath. Here, the Amazon speaks in sense, a world shaped by invisible trails and chemical whispers. Every tree, flower, and creature participates in this fragrant conversation, sending messages on the wind and through the earth. A towering kapok tree releases bursts of floral perfume, attracting a kaleidoscope of pollinators from miles away. The scent drifts through the canopy, guiding bats and moths to its blossoms under the cover of dusk. Meanwhile, orchids, masters of deception, mimic the pheromones of female insects, luring unsuspecting pollinators close enough to brush against their pollen-laden petals. Each aroma is a carefully crafted invitation, promising nectar, shelter, or the illusion of a mate. On the forest floor, the stakes are higher. Leafcutter ants lay down invisible chemical trails as they march in perfect procession, guiding their sisters to fresh harvests and back to their subterranean gardens. When danger threatens, alarm pheromones erupt into the air, an unseen siren that sends the colony into a frenzy of defense. Even rival ant colonies wage silent wars, flooding the ground with competing scents, marking territory and daring others to cross the line. Plants, too, have evolved to speak the language of scent. When grazed by hungry caterpillars, some send out distress signals, volatile chemicals that summon armies of predatory wasps to hunt the invaders. Others emit warning scents, alerting neighboring plants to brace for attack, fortifying their leaves with bitter toxins before the threat arrives. Predators use this invisible network to their advantage. Jaguars, rarely seen but always present, mark their domain with musky scents that warn rivals to keep their distance. Tiny frogs, cloaked in dew, release subtle pheromones to find mates among the tangled roots and mossy stones. Their messages lost to all but those who know how to listen. In the Amazon, every breath is a blend of countless stories of danger, desire, and survival. The language of scent is older than words, older than the jungle itself. It weaves every creature, every plant, into a single, interconnected web. Though invisible, this secret symphony guides the rhythms of life, ensuring that the jungle's mysteries endure, carried on the wind through the endless green. As dawn breaks over the emerald expanse, a subtle transformation unfolds in the heart of the Amazon. This is the realm of the jungle's living lenses, the plants and creatures that shape, bend, and harness sunlight in ways both extraordinary and unseen. Here, light is not merely illumination, but a precious resource, fiercely contested and ingeniously manipulated. High in the canopy, broad leaves unfurl in perfect symmetry, their surfaces shimmering with a waxy sheen. These are not ordinary leaves. They are natural solar panels, delicately angled to capture every stray photon that filters through the tangled green above. Some leaves tilt and turn throughout the day, tracking the sun's slow arc, while others boast intricate patterns of microscopic hairs and cells that scatter and focus light deep into the shade below. Beneath this leafy ceiling, shade-dwelling plants perform their own miracles. Their leaves are thinner, almost translucent, allowing even the faintest glimmer to pass through and fuel the relentless race for growth. Ferns and saplings cluster in patches where sunbeams pierce the gloom, their emerald fronds reaching for the fleeting spotlight. Here, the struggle for sunlight drives a silent competition. Only the most adaptable survive. But it is not just plants that master the art of light. Jewel-toned butterflies with wings like stained glass bask in golden pools, their scales refracting sunlight into flashes of electric blue and fiery orange. Tiny glass frogs press against dew-soaked leaves, their translucent skin absorbing warmth and rendering them nearly invisible to lurking predators. Even fungi join the spectacle. Deep in the shadows, bioluminescent mushrooms glow with an unearthly light, their caps pulsing with a soft green radiance. This living lantern lures insects closer, spreading spores through the nighttime air and ensuring the next generation will rise from the forest floor. In the Amazon, every shaft of light is precious, every shadow alive with possibility. The jungle's architects of light, plant, animal and fungus, reveal a hidden world where survival depends not just on strength or speed, but on the art of capturing the sun itself. Here, nature sculpts with light, painting the forest in ever-shifting patterns of brilliance and shade, a living masterpiece, renewed with every dawn. Beneath the chorus of birds and the shimmer of shifting light, another world weaves through the Amazon, a world that cannot be seen, only sensed. This is the Symphony of Scent, an invisible orchestra conducted by the forest itself. Here, every breath of air is heavy with information, carried on invisible currents that twist and swirl through tangled vines and towering trunks. For the creatures of the jungle, scent is both language and map. Orchids and passion flowers release rich perfumes at dawn, broadcasting their presence to hummingbirds and bats alike. These fragrances are not just invitations, they are precise codes guiding each pollinator to its destined bloom. Even the faintest whiff of a flower can spark a journey across the treetops, and in return, the plants ensure their survival with every visit. On the forest floor, armies of leaf-cutter ants march in perfect lines, following chemical trails laid by their scouts. These trails are ephemeral, fading with the sun, but for the ants they are as clear as neon signs, marking the safest paths through the labyrinth of roots and shadows. Above, a jaguar prowls in silence, its path guided by the elusive musk of prey. Every broken branch, every patch of disturbed earth tells a story in scent, a whisper of danger, a promise of food. Mosses and fungi join the concert, releasing earthy aromas in the humid air. These subtle notes signal the presence of decay and rebirth, guiding beetles and millipedes to their next meal and ensuring the endless cycle of life continues in the shadows. Within this fragrant web, even the rain plays its part. As the first drops fall, petrichor rises, a fresh green scent that signals renewal. It is a reminder that in the Amazon, even the air is alive with secrets. In this unseen world, survival depends not only on sight and sound, but on decoding the ever-changing music of scent. The jungle's invisible orchestra performs without pause, binding every creature and every leaf in a symphony as ancient as the forest itself. In the Amazon's endless tapestry of green, a silent contest unfolds, a contest of survival, waged not by strength or speed, but by the art of vanishing. This is the realm of the masters of camouflage, where the ability to disappear is the ultimate defense and the perfect hunting strategy. Leaf-tailed geckos cling to mossy trunks, their bodies mimicking the ragged edges and mottled colors of fallen leaves. Motionless, they become invisible to both predator and prey, blending so seamlessly that even the sharpest eyes pass over them. Elsewhere, the walking stick insect sways with the breeze, indistinguishable from the twigs and stems it calls home. Its long, slender form and subtle coloration make it a ghost among the greenery, a living illusion. High above, the potu bird perches on a broken branch, its plumage mottled like bark, eyes slitted against the daylight. By night it hunts, but by day it is a statue, frozen and unseen, a master of stillness. On the forest floor, a mimic octopus glides through shallow streams, shifting its pattern and shape to resemble rocks, roots, or even venomous creatures, confounding would-be predators with its ever-changing disguise. Even plants join this secretive ballet. The orchid mantis, perched among delicate blossoms, mirrors the colour and form of its floral perch. Unsuspecting insects, drawn by the promise of nectar, become prey to this living masquerade. In the Amazon, to be seen is often to be hunted. So, evolution has written a masterpiece of concealment, with each creature perfecting its own vanishing act. Here, survival is measured not in battles won, but in moments unnoticed. Every glance into the jungle's depths may reveal nothing, or, with a shift of perspective, an entire world hiding in plain sight. Beneath the teeming chaos and vibrant life of the Amazon's surface, a hidden world pulses in silence, a world where roots intertwine and messages travel in darkness. Welcome to the Whispering Roots, the jungle's underground network. Here, the true architects of the rainforest remain unseen. Vast webs of fungal threads, mycorrhizae, stretch for miles beneath the forest floor, weaving trees, shrubs, and plants into a living, breathing community. Through these microscopic filaments, nutrients flow from the mighty to the meek, nourishing saplings shaded by ancient giants and sharing water when the rains retreat. But this network is more than a marketplace. It's a channel for secrets. When a tree is wounded by an insect attack, it sends chemical signals through the soil, warning its neighbors to brace for trouble. In response, nearby plants ramp up their own defenses, an invisible alliance orchestrated in silence. The roots themselves are restless explorers, pushing through earth and stone, sensing the faintest trace of moisture or decay. They tap into decaying leaves, recycling the jungle's endless bounty, and form alliances with bacteria that transform the very chemistry of the soil. Even animals play their part. Leafcutter ants cultivate underground gardens of fungus, tending their crops in pitch darkness, and in turn, the fungi break down tough plant matter, feeding both colony and forest alike. Above, the canopy sings with life, but below, the jungle hums with a different energy, a silent conversation, ancient and ongoing. It is here, in the labyrinth of roots and fungi, that the Amazon's resilience is forged, a hidden network, holding the world's greatest forest together, one whisper at a time.